Episode 32. When Dario rescued Jade. Jade felt her stomach heave. She could not hold it any longer. "I'm sorry, Mr. Carson. I'll need to go to the ladies' room."
"All right, I'll be awaiting,"
he said with a lewd smile, and Jade felt even more disgusted. She fled into the bathroom but hardly expected that the moment she shut the door, a pair of huge hands would seize her arm. She almost shouted in alarm. Oh my God! Why was there someone else in the bathroom? "Don't scream. It's me." A deep, devilish voice sounded in her ear. She turned around and saw a familiar, handsome face. Jade rubbed her eyes in disbelief. She could not believe what she was seeing. It was the shock of her life. She looked at the bathroom, then at the man in front of her. What was going on? This was someone else's room, wasn't it? "Dario, what are you doing here?" Jade blinked as she asked curiously. Dario Foster smirked wickedly. Then he pinned Jade against the white-tiled wall. He pressed his cool lips to her ear, exhaled softly, and said in a seductive, charming voice, "What's the matter? Don't you want to see me?" Jade held her breath. She felt like her heart was about to pound right out of her chest. Jade felt an itch in her ears and shrank her neck away from Dario. Surprisingly, this cute reaction made Dario want to tease her even more. "Aren't you happy to see me?" Dario's deep voice seemed magical, making her fall for him as soon as she heard it. "No, why are you here? This is supposed to be someone else's room." To be honest, she never imagined she'd see him here. How could this man find her anytime, anywhere? Whether she was in her dorm room or here, he had some way to find her. Was he even a human? Dario squinted his eyes, hinting at a threat. He stared at Jade with displeasure. "Then why don't you tell me the reason you're in that man's room?" He reached out his broad hand and gently touched her chin. His sharp eyes were fixed on her. Jade bit her lower lip and said nothing. Why was she here? When she thought about what Aunt Suzanne had done, her eyes filled with anger. There was no other way she could help her grandmother than to do this. Dario understood all the subtle shifts of emotion in her eyes. Jade was forced to raise her head when he lifted her chin, and her teary eyes met with his indifferent gaze. "Do you want a business deal with me?" Dario moved close to her face, as if he was going to press his lips to hers. His breath touched her lips, warming them. Jade's gaze flickered and filled with bewilderment. "What kind of business? I know nothing about business. I'm not a businesswoman." A mysterious look appeared on Dario's handsome face. He stretched out his wide palm and touched her delicately as if he was stroking something precious, as if afraid she would be hurt. "It'll be a good deal. I'll never let you suffer any harm." Dario breathed into her ear bewitchingly. Jade could not understand what he was talking about. Just as she was about to ask for an explanation, she heard anguished screams coming from the hotel room.
"Oh, it hurts. My penis, it hurts so bad."
Oh my gosh, what's going on? Jade was bewildered. She had no idea what was going on outside the bathroom. Dario, on the other hand, seemed to know exactly what was going on. "Come with me." "Huh? Where are we going?" Before Jade could come to her senses, Dario had already scooped her into his arms, and she blushed deeply.
"It hurts. Ah, Suzanne Winslet, what the hell did you give me?"
Dario shrugged as he carried Jade with his strong arms, pushing open the bathroom door. He strode through the room without hiding the arrogance in his eyes. At this moment, Victor Carson was rolling on the ground in pain. Jade could not resist trying to see what had caused his miserable screams, but Dario stopped her. "Don't look. Cover your eyes." He forced her to cover her eyes with her hands. "What are you doing?" Jade struggled. "What's wrong with you? He's naked. You want to see it?" Dario said in a terrifying voice. Jade clapped her hands over her eyes again, but her heart was filled with doubt and shock, wondering what was really going on. Why is he naked? Why isn't he wearing his pants? She could not help but ask. "What do you think?" Everything had been fine before she asked that question, but now Dario's voice sounded terrifying, as if he was interrogating her. What else would a man do in a room with a woman? Was this girl stupid? "How should I know?" Jade mumbled. She felt goosebumps break out on her arms, because Dario now had a cold aura about him. She glanced at his face and saw that it had fallen. She fell silent and allowed him to carry her from the room.
Who are you? Let go of my woman. Gods, where did he go? Who allowed him into my room? Damn it, it hurts so much.
The naked Mr. Carson was stupefied when he saw a stranger walk out of his bathroom. And, worst of all, he was carrying Jade. Dario did not even spare Mr. Carson a glance as he walked past him. Mr. Carson writhed in pain. His entire body was feeling strange after he took the Viagra that the waiter had brought. The lower half of his body was inflamed and painful. He felt as if he would be crippled for life. If he had known this would happen, he would never have taken that pill. His penis was grotesquely swollen. The slightest touch was brutally painful, and it just kept getting worse. He had taken Viagra before, but this had never happened to him. Even so, he did not dare to call for help. It was too embarrassing. If anyone found out about this, he would never be able to show his face again.